Hello everyone, welcome back to Amin Math Club. Today our question is x plus y is equal to 1. It is our first equation, and x to the power 4 plus y to the power 4 is equal to 97. So we have to find the value of x and y, all possible values of x and y. Now starting our solution here, that our this equation is x plus y is equal to 1. So if we take squared on both hand side, here taking squared on left hand side and similarly on our right hand side, here we see that we can use algebraic identity, which is a plus b whole squared. So a plus b whole squared is equal to a squared plus b squared plus 2 times a times b. So it will be x squared plus y squared plus 2 times x times y is equal to 1 squared is equal to 1. Now if we just shift this term to our right hand side, then we get x squared plus y squared is equal to 1 minus 2 times x times y. So here we are going to take again squared on both hand side. It will be x squared plus y squared whole squared is equal to 1 minus 2 times xy whole squared. Here we are going to use again this identity, so it will be x squared whole squared will be x to the power 4 plus y to the power 4 plus 2 times x squared times y squared, which is equal to, here we use a minus b whole squared, which is equal to a squared plus b squared minus 2 times a times b. So our left hand side of this equation will be 1 squared plus 2 times x times y whole squared minus 2 times 1 times 2xy. Now x to the power 4 plus y to the power 4 plus 2 times x squared y squared is equal to 1. 1 squared is equal to 1, and plus 2xy whole squared will be 4. 2 squared is 4, x squared y squared, and minus 2 times 2 is 4xy. Here we have x to the power 4 plus y to the power 4 is equal to, shifting this term here to our right hand side, then it will be 1 and plus 4x squared y squared. It will be minus 2x squared y squared and minus 4xy. Here we have x to the power 4 plus y to the power 4 is equal to 1. Here we get plus 4 minus 2, we get plus 2 x squared y squared, and it is minus 4xy. Now as we know that from our in our problem, that x to the power 4 plus y to the power 4 is equal to 97. So putting here the value of x to the power 4 plus y to the power 4, which is equal to 97. Now shifting this one, we get minus 1, which is equal to, here we have 2x squared y squared minus 4 times x times y. So here it is 96, which is equal to, taking 2 is common, we have inside bracket x squared y squared minus 2 times xy. If we divide 2 on both hand side, then we have dividing by 2 on our left hand side and right hand side. So we have this 2 is cancelled, and 2 1 is 2, 2 48 is 96, so we get 48 here. And if we write this x squared y squared to our minus 2xy to our left hand side, and it will be our right hand side. Now here x squared y squared minus 2 times xy, shifting this one, we get minus 48 is equal to 0. Now it is a nice quadratic equation. We have to solve it as it is factorable. So here x squared y squared, this minus 2xy can be split into minus 8xy plus 6xy, and we know that 8 times 6 is 48, and minus 48 is equal to 0. Now here making two pairs, in this one we get xy is common, inside bracket we have xy minus 8. Here we get plus 6 is common, inside bracket we get xy minus 8 is equal to 0. Now xy minus 8 is common term, so xy minus 8 taking common, so we get xy plus 6. Here it is equal to 0. Now we have two possible condition, xy minus 8 is equal to 0 or xy plus 6 is equal to 0. In first equation we have the value of xy is positive 8, and in second equation we get xy is equal to negative 6. Now we have to use these two equations. So if we just write this equation here, that is recalling our equation, which is our equation number 1 in our problem, that x plus y is equal to 1. So recall this equation, then we have here recall x plus y is equal to 1. Now if we just shift this x, we get 1 minus x. Now this value of y putting in this equation, then we have x times y is equal to 8, and x times value of y will be 1 minus x is equal to 8. Now solving on this one, we get x times y is x minus x times x is x squared. Shifting this one, we get minus 8 is equal to 0. Now if we multiply minus 1 on both hand sides, so we get it will be minus time x is minus x, minus time minus is plus x squared, minus x plus 8 is equal to 0. Now it is our equation, so we have to solve it, that as it is quadratic equation, so we have to solve this by using quadratic formula. Here we have value of a is 1, b is equal to minus 1, and c is equal to 8. So using quadratic formula here, that x is equal to minus b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2 times a. So x is equal to minus times minus 1 plus minus square root of b squared, which is minus 1 whole squared, minus 4 times a times c is 8 all over 2 times a is 1. Here x will be minus times minus is plus, so we get 1 plus minus square root of minus 1 squared is 1, minus 8 times 4 is 32 all over 2 times 1 is 2. So here we get 1 plus minus square root of minus 32 plus 1, we get minus 31. So minus 31 is written as 31 times square root of minus 1 all over 2. Our next step is x is equal to, here we have 1 plus minus square root of 31. This minus 1 square root is equal to I all over 2. So we have, here we have two values of x. Let's say x1 is equal to 1 plus square root of 31 I over 2, and we have x2 is 1 minus square root of 31 I over 2. So here we have two values of x. Now we are going to solve our second case and finding a value of x3 and x4. Now here we have x times y minus 6, so recall this equation, then we get x plus y is equal to 1. So x plus y is equal to 1. Now y is equal to, shifting this x, we get 1 minus x. As xy is equal to, minus 6, but value of y is 1 minus x, so x times 1 minus x is equal to minus 6. Here x times 1 is x minus x squared. Shifting this one, we get plus 6 is equal to 0. Now rearranging this equation, we have minus x squared plus x plus 6 is equal to 0. Multiplying minus 1 on both hand sides, so we get x squared. It will be negative of x, and it is negative 6 is equal to 0. Now we have a quadratic equation which is x squared minus x minus 6. So we have to solve this using factorization method because it is factorable. Now here we have two factors of minus x, which is minus 3 times x plus 2 times x minus 6 is equal to 0. Here taking x is common in first pair, we get x minus 3, and plus 2 is common in second pair, we get x minus 3, which is equal to 0. Now we have a common factor here, which is x minus 3, and other one is x plus 2 is equal to 0. Here x minus 3 is equal to 0 or x plus 2 is equal to 0. So x is equal to 3, it is our value of x3, and x is equal to negative of 2, it is value of x4. So here we get two values of x, which is x3 and x4. Now we have four values of x. So for these four values of x, we have to find the value of y. Now, so it is x1 and it is x2. Similarly, x3 is 3 and x4 is minus 2. So we have these four values. Now we have to find the values of y. So if we just recall our equation, that is y is equal to 1 minus x. So if we put our this value of any value, just we are going to start our x1. So here y1 will be 1 minus x1. So x1 is 1 plus square root of 31 all over 2, and here it is I. Now we are going to solve this. Here we have 1, it is 1 minus that if we just take 2 is least common multiple, so 2 times 1 is 2, it will be 2 minus 1, and it is minus square root of 31i. So here we get the value of y1, which is y1 is equal to 2 minus 1 is 1 minus square root of 31i over 2. So it is the value of y1. Now we get the value of y1 when x1 is equal to this one. Similarly, we are going to find the value of y2. It will be that now y2 is here, y2 is equal to 1 minus x2, and x2 is 1 minus square root of 31 I over 2. So y2 is equal to, taking to is LCM, we get 2 minus 1 plus square root of 31i. So value of y2 is 2 minus 1 is 1 plus square root of 31 over I all over 2. So here we get the second value of y, that is y2 is equal to 1 plus square root of 31 I over 2. Now y3 will be, y3 is equal to, putting value of x3, 1 minus x3 is 3, so we get y3 is equal to minus 2. Here we have y3. Now finding y4, which is our final value. So y4 will be, y4 is equal to 1 minus x4. So x4 is minus 2. Then y4 is equal to 1 plus 2, and y4 is equal to 3. So we get 4 values of y. Now our final answer will be, we have 4 pairs of values, that x values of x and y is equal to, our first pair is that if we just write real number first, so we have that 3, first pair is 3 minus 2, second pair is minus 2 minus 3, our third pair is 1 plus square root of 31 I over 2, and 1 minus square root of 31 I over 2, and our last pair is 1 minus square root of 31 I over 2, and 1 plus square root of 31 I over 2. So here we get all possible values of x and y, which is our final answer. Now we can check our entire solution here step by step. I hope you have understand all these steps one by one. If you have any problem, any difficulty, then you can ask question in comment box. So that's it for today. Don't forget to subscribe my channel for more interesting contents. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. Have a nice day. Goodbye.